Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Austrian Unity Campaign, and yeah, on to the video. So here I've created a couple ships. I've created the Habsburg, the Schwarzenberg, the Sigismund, the Debrecen, the Aurora, the Balaton, and the Minelayer, which is just has a single 1.1 inch gun, a single 18-inch deck torpedo tube, and a lot of mines. I've placed them in all of the ports. So if I click Start Campaign, assuming I haven't forgotten anything, maxed out, decided to build this out anyways, because why not, I have all the money. We're going to end up researching pretty much everything as soon as we go to February. The rest of it will be researched in March, at which point we will design another ship. And I think, yeah, let's start campaign. And if you haven't seen already, we are at war with quite a few people. Where am I? I'm at the top, probably because I have the most ships and the most money. Yep, that's a lot of ships. So negative 99 with everyone, which means the moment I click next turn, I'm probably going to go to war. Just to make sure, I'm going to click increase tension with the US, which should create a little domino effect and make it go to war with everybody, because they're all in alliance. Still making a crazy amount of money. We have 0 crew. I believe most of our ships are crewless. Or most of our crews do have enough crew. Interesting. I don't suppose I could send all these mine layers to one person. And there you go. All of the mine layers have been set for a single person to man them. Perfect. Alright, none of the mines have spawned yet, but they will. Some of these ports are filled up past the brink. Okay, I'll probably just keep all these ships here. I was gonna move them, but that's gonna take forever, and I don't really have the willpower to do that. So we have all our fleets. I'm going to probably keep them all here in port to train up a little bit, because I don't know. Yeah, everybody's got cadets. Cadets all the way up. They're all cadets. Probably should have kept these ships in port. Now this heavy cruiser, light cruiser, and other light cruiser will probably be on cadets when the war starts. That is unfortunate, but that is something I want to live with. Now, I guess, yeah, let's start the campaign. Let's drop a quick little save really quick. I don't want to lose all this progress. Next turn, and this should be the start of a world war. I also discovered like a ton of technology. Alright, we have arrived into February. For some reason, all of the nations are trying to terminate their alliances. We will go to war with the US. Is that the only war we get into? I guess we're only at war with the US. That's weird. I might have to go change that and just automatically make it so that everybody's at war with me. Okay, well then let me go edit the save file, and I will be back when that is done. Alright, welcome back to the campaign. I have completed my objective, which was to make me at war with literally everyone. I also made it so that I will again be researching all of these techs in 1 month. I just thought it would probably be for the best that I get all the tech possible. Okay, finances, we're actually negative somehow. Why are we so negative? Fleet maintenance, oh, right. My fleet is, too big. 263 ships would do that. So anyways, mines have not started to deploy yet, but now that we're at war, I assume they will. For the time being, I'm probably going to not send anything out. I might lose a lot of transports. That's just gonna have to be okay. So I technically can build more ships now, I believe, but I will go next turn, just to make sure that everything's working as intended. Alright, March of 1930 has arrived. Everything is black now. War continues. War continues. Why is my screen black? Oh, it's just because I had so many war notifications. My whole screen was black. So we are at war with, oh my goodness. I didn't even get out of my port. Wow, okay. Do I have better crew yet? Cadets. green, cadets, and green. What do they have? Cadets, and transports. Well, what does their heavy cruiser have? 6.1-inch guns, quite a few of them, 15 actually, compared to our 8 7-inch guns. It is more expensive. I don't know if I like this. I might withdraw. Okay, never mind, we're not withdrawing. I guess we're gonna take on this fight. The very first fight of the Austro-Hungarian, actually, the Austrian Unity nation, the super nation, taking on the whole world. Oh, immediately somebody surrendered due to high casualties. I assume that's because they didn't have enough crew to do something about it. So my DD and light cruiser are reinforcing. So these are the 2 DDs right now. We have found the heavy cruiser, so I assume one of the destroyers surrendered. That is quite a lot of guns. Not that many secondary guns, though. You might be weak to a destroyer attack. I assume they're... well, they might actually have less range, thinking about it now. We have found the transports. They are turning around. That must be a destroyer. That must be a destroyer. They're both moving, so it must have been one of the convoys that sank. So we want to try and bypass all of these enemies and go straight for the transports, which is pretty good for what we're doing right now. These guys are still reinforcing. I can go that way. Destroyers are now opening up. That's a torpedo. Just do a little circling motion. Throw those torpedoes off really quick. Okay, we should be relatively safe now. Not even smoke up so they don't see me. We do have a lot of guns, so transport slaughter should be pretty dang easy. This gun's not... okay, now it's starting. We do have a lot of guns. I would not be surprised if we got a nice hit, and we are getting shot at with torpedoes again. Great. You're doing a really good job at preventing us from doing our job, which is going after the transports. Okay, now let's finally get down to business. We can attempt to take on these destroyers. What do these destroyers look like, actually? I didn't really look at what they had. They have torpedo launchers and a couple 4.3-inch guns. Honestly, we could try taking them on later. I definitely want to, for the time being, take on the transports, though. Light cruiser, it's getting there. So we could fire a normal thing of torpedoes. They're getting shots off on us. Not a huge fan of that. Alright, go back to save. I should just go to... you're going to end up firing those torpedoes at the transports, which I don't really want, because you don't have that many salvos. Let's turn this off, I think. Oh shoot, you got a lot closer than I thought. I'm assuming you're going to fire torpedoes in a hot second. Okay, that's a torpedo over there. We turn this way. Alright, they're going to take out the transports pretty easily. Alright, the Gamma. Fire torpedoes. Probably not the greatest idea in the world. I think the Balaton is going to do a little turnaround. You know what? No, you follow. Okay, we're taking those out. Let's make sure they're going to avoid the dang transports. You are fine. Trying to make sure this destroyer doesn't torpedo the Gamma. Yeah, we seem to be doing just fine. Destroyers are doing perfect. Oh, yeah, the destroyers are dead. In that case, let's go over here. All of their destroyers are already gone, and so we will assign them to, well, we're going to do a little encircling maneuver, send them over here, chase after these DDs. Even though that is technically this Agama's job. Not the greatest accuracy. And again, they are, well, they're not that far out of range. We can fire all of our guns, that's nice. I've already fired torpedoes at them. I heard something over there which makes me think they fired a torpedo and a missed. We're getting good shots. This is the cadet crew. This is the only green crew we have. They're not actually doing that bad either. Do a quick little spin around. Please turn off your torpedoes. Do not end that poor destroyer's life. So we're still reloading, so it doesn't really matter. How fast do these destroyers go? Hold on, let's go back to 1x speed. I want to see the Gavril. These are Russian ships, right? Yes, Russian ships. Guns are turning, so I assume they don't have the range or they can't see me. They should be able to see me though, because this guy sees me. They just fired torpedoes at the destroyer, which is going to be a problem. Armor? Not horrible. It really doesn't exist though. Really good hull bottom, triple hull bottom. Yeah, if they just fired at the destroyer, then we're gonna do a preempt. Well, we should have the sonar to see it if it comes. Yeah, we have sonar too. We should be fine. We've already seen their torpedoes. They don't seem to be very dangerous. Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's gonna get anywhere close to this destroyer. You're gonna fire torpedoes at me. Ooh, interesting. Okay, let's smoke you up then. I don't want you to die. That's a torpedo which actually might hit the ship. It does not quite, but we actually also need to turn around now because I would like to not hit that. Okay, target these things please. Try not to let them kill you. Smoke up and turn away because I feel like they're going to torp you. And get out of there. And then you guys turn back in, re-engage the enemy. I'm so used to like older campaigns, or not older campaigns in older time periods that 11 kilometers feels so far away, but it's like with 39 knots of speed. I mean, I can cover that in literally seconds. Destroyers, you guys are doing okay. You supposedly lost a gun. You lost a 2-inch gun. Alright, that's fine. Turn back in. You can fire torpedoes now if you so wish. I'm gonna shoot this guy. That's a torpedo at me. I got a little too close to a destroyer. Let's try and take it out actually. How fast do those destroyers go? 35.7. Okay. Is that another torpedo? No, that was okay. Same one. Okay, go back to this little div. We have not fired torpedoes yet. It'd be kind of nice if we did, though. Alright, we fired torpedoes there. I'll go down to save now. That's another torpedo salvo from the destroyer. We'll do a little turnaround. Let's just turn that off really quick. Hold on, I see over here a torpedo which missed. Okay, so we're good. Just want to make sure nothing bad happens, of course. I think these guys did just fine in dodging their torpedoes. I will give them another little salvo. Oh, we gotta start turning away. Go back on save. No, go normal. Yeah, going off. I don't want you torpedoing each other. Smoke up. Then we're gonna send this guy. You're gonna go home. Yeah, just get out of there. Aggressively fire torpedoes off. We're doing pretty good though. We're shooting a lot. Yeah, okay. That guy sank. Our cruisers are over here. You're gonna fire a torpedo at us. I don't know if you just fired a torpedo. You might have just ran out. This guy's still doing okay. Okay, if you so wish, you can fire a torpedo. I don't know if you're on the right side though. Turn around, try doing a little torpedo run while they're that close. Well, not quite. Oh, you fired, okay. Well, it wasn't the greatest salvo, that's for sure. Gonna make sure that their trading can do their work. We're trading blows with the heavy cruiser from the D61. That's kind of amusing. Turn away though, just in case this thing decides to either... Well, it can't torp you, but it can kill you. You're over here. Come back in. We do have a lot of guns. We're firing all HE, which is perfect. I think they just saw the torpedoes. Oh, they still got hits. Torpedoes aren't as scary as they used to be, but it's definitely going to help. Flooding's going to slow it down, and I mean 36.8 knots. This is why I make all of my cruisers in like so fast. The AI just makes their things the speed of light, which is ridiculous. I know for a fact you don't have torpedoes, so I'm going to go in. The destroyer also doesn't have torpedoes, so we can go in with our own torpedoes and obliterate these guys. Let's turn you away. You're going to start following the other guy. By the guy, I mean the D20. The Gamma's doing pretty good so far. You are going to join this div. So far, so good. You guys can turn your torpedoes off for now. You get your torpedoes aimed, just don't fire them yet. I may have need for it later. They should be going really slow. They're heavy cruiser, yeah, 27 knots. Would be crazy fast in the campaigns I normally play. The 1930s is just not it. That could not have been a torpedo, because I know for a fact they're both out. You're doing pretty good. Flooding's still going, and their structural integrity is falling quickly. You know, I'm going to send these guys after the destroyer before it makes a break, because I think right now it's screening for this heavy cruiser. So please shoot this thing instead. You're still doing okay. Oh, now the heavy cruiser's going after the destroyers. This might be an interesting way to sink this thing. Oh. We might have to pull back this guy, the D20. So D20, I want you to aggressively fire your torpedoes as quick as possible. You are going to kind of peel off a little bit. Yeah, so you fire your torpedoes as quick as possible. You're not going to fire your torpedoes, because if not, I'm going to tell you to retreat. At D20, if you're not going to fire your torpedoes, you don't get to have torpedo privileges. Okay, you're going to go after that destroyer now. And you are going to just put your guns on this guy for now. And then you should be, because this destroyer doesn't have torpedoes, so he is no threat at all at the moment. Okay, if you want to fire your torpedoes, you can. Which torpedo is that? That's that side. So if you want to fire torpedoes, you need to turn. Okay, you speed up because you were getting shot at. That's not very fun. Dang, this light cruiser really just goes places. It's got flooding. I'm going to put you back to following the light cruiser so I don't have to worry about micromanaging you. There's some good hits. If we can get the destroyer, the heavy cruiser we can run down pretty easily, considering it's nearly dead. I'm firing AP at this thing. Fire HE. Blow this thing away with HE. Or partial penning it now? Okay, fine. Auto fire. If you can pen it, that's all the better. Who are you firing at? Why are you firing at the guy? Kill this guy. There's so many guns, make use of them. So the Gamma's done pretty good, pretty respectable near 10k damage. The Destroyer's done even more, with one torpedo hit, but still. Because the Gamma's just so undergunned. And even the retreating, yeah, 8.2k, 7.8, yeah, even the retreating destroyers did more. But the Gamma has like so little just guns in total. Like, everything is put into just speed. Should be a pretty easy battle. It was definitely an impressive destroyer, and there goes the Oliphant. Very nice, good first encounter. Oh boy, 6 ships sunk. There we go. Sorry. The Oliphant, the Lecoy, the Gavril, and then a couple transports. One of we didn't identify just sank to the high casualties. Honestly, yeah, the D-61 just was the best. I mean, even the light cruiser that was around for way longer than these two destroyers nearly, like, barely did any more damage. It's just so undergunned. Good to know destroyers are that dangerous. So we have 2 heavy cruisers. Luckily, they're both green crew training. The Debrecen? I believe Debrecen. It could be Debrecen. I believe it's Debrecen. And the, oh boy, Sasmos. The Sasmos and the Debrecen against the Orion and a couple destroyers. Now these have a lot more torpedoes than the Russian destroyers that we just faced. And they do 38 knots, which is... oh wait, no, this is a light cruiser. So they do almost as much, they have almost as much speed as the light cruiser, which is, as we've just learned, severely undergunned. The Orion, 6.2 inch guns, only 9 of them. Should not be a problem at all. Let's take this on and see if we can't win. How fast does it go? About the same speed, okay. Alright, I expect this to pretty much continue to happen as we are at war with literally all the nations. So we want to target the heavy cruiser. So you target, oh, it's not even in range, is it? Yeah, not even in range. Light cruiser can't even target anything yet. So these guys are coming back in. This is, well, it looks cool, but oh, that's a lot of torpedoes in the ship. So the Germans seem to be going pretty torpedo heavy. I also think it's funny that the Germans and the Austro-Hungarians have the same, like, superstructure, so we both have the same superstructure. Now, with the amount of guns I have, this should be pretty easy, especially with the heavy cruiser. Light cruiser, I'm going to try to get to intercept the destroyers, since it's the only one I can catch up. I'll have the heavy cruiser follow him in, or her. I guess it could be either. Get those guns turning. That's an okay rotation speed for capital ship grade weaponry. Pretty good. Can't quite fire everything. We've already gotten hits. I'm gonna try to use this light cruiser to take all the torpedoes, because I think... well, the Debrecen isn't horrible at turning, I suppose. Just a lot less maneuverable than the Sasmos. So you should be firing your main guns at that. So your main guns are on that. Secondary guns on that. You're getting a little close, Sasmos. Actually, that's going to be torpedo haven right there. Let's get you out of there. I'll send you this way. Same for the heavy cruiser. There's going to be a bajillion torpedoes flying down that way. But you smoke up. Smoke up for the heavy cruiser, actually. Yeah, smoke up both ships. You're getting hit a lot now. You need to speed past and quick. You go that way. As long as we can keep this guy at range, keep all of our main guns on him, we should be able to win this fight pretty easily, and we'll have the Sasmos try and shoot up these destroyers. Since we can catch up to them. They do have a lot of torpedoes in, which worries me. Everson's doing okay so far. No. Keep firing at that thing. The Orion? Yeah, keep firing at the Orion. So the Sasmos to try and like bait out any torpedoes. So then the Debrecen can just continue its massacre of the Orion. Which, I mean, is not doing horrible. And these destroyers are a little fast. I might have to let them get away. I have to design a ship besides the, what class are you again? I totally forgot. The ships like the Sasmos, they're not great at dealing out damage. They're really fast, which is nice. They're just not all it. Sasmos is going in, trying to get a couple of shots on these destroyers, so I assume they're gonna fire torpedoes. Yeah, just fire torpedoes. They all just fired. Oh, the game lags every time I mouse over one of them. There's the torpedoes. Let's do a full turn. Sasmos to keep turning. We just got a decent hit on the Orion. I believe it caused some flooding. Can I check the log? Just a little bit of damage. There we go. Main tower's gone, their accuracy is also gone. They still have torpedoes, which is the main threats. If we can stay out of their torpedo range, which we are most certainly within their torpedo range, as long as we can dodge their torpedoes, we should be fine. He's got a sonar 2, and you also have a sonar 2, yeah. So we should be fine. Unless they have electrics, which it seems like they don't. Okay, again, light cruiser, go after those destroyers, try and make it work. You are currently 9 and about less than 8 kilometers away. There you go, that's a good hit. That's a good hit. Finally getting some decent hits. Or being good hits on the other ship behind it. The secondaries on that thing behind it. Actually, I might have this guy. Yep, switch targets. So you go after this fella over there, which is the V4. So we just sank the V7, which had not left any packages for us. The D4s so far not doing anything suspicious. Just fire a torpedo at the CA. Oh, what the heck? I don't know what happened there. That was a really quick weather change. Do a quick little circle so we avoid any torpedoes that may have been coming at us. I don't think you have any torpedoes coming for you, so you just start going toward that destroyer. This is actually much worse because their destroyers are going to be way harder to see now. And let's just say they're running electrics, for example. Are they running electrics? They are. So this is very dangerous. I'm actually going to turn away. This is very, very dangerous situation we have here. You're destroyed. Not all of them. I know it. That's a torpedo right there. We're going to try and dodge out of the way. So we just killed the heavy cruiser. We're going to turn back in then. I guess we don't really need to smoke up because gunfire is not really that dangerous. The Sasmos is even faster than the destroyer now. The destroyer can only do 23 knots in this weather. Sasmos can do 32. So now I can finally get damage. The heavy cruiser obviously was just way better, 35k. But the Sasmos is able to pitch in against slower destroyers. The real test is going to be against light cruisers that aren't super fast. Which I know some nations have that. I'm trying to see if they're going to fire torpedo or not. Can I not click on the ship? Hello? Can't click. Okay, well, they're dead. I'm gonna wait just in case. Okay. Pretty fun fights. I think I took even less damage than I did the other one. Did the most with the Debrecen and the Seismos. It pitched in near the end, mostly took out the destroyer once it was going super slow. So, pretty good. Pretty good overall. Looks like our superstructure armor held up pretty well. That was a very nice fight. I think we have, oh yeah, we have quite a few more. Oh boy. Interesting. A destroyer rush against the French battleship, which I have not seen yet. Also very slow. I guess they are also running around in modernized dreadnoughts. 15.1-inch guns, a lot of secondaries, but slow enough that 36 knots might just be enough. It might just be enough. Plus green crew, except for the D-59 versus their cadets. They only have standard bulkheads. Doesn't tell me how much crew they have, though I think it's just standard, judging from the 1200. They look like they have a decent amount of armor. I guess this is going to be a test to see if my destroyers can torpedo rush ships still, or if that is a thing of the past. I think we're going to stick on loose, turn off avoid, save, torpedoes so we start aiming. We go over to the battleship, which is opening up at us. Yes, it's a modernized dreadnought, just like I thought. It's going to turn away from us. That's perfect. And this might not be very good, because in this first couple of seconds, we don't have that much speed. We are only 12. Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay, we're doing okay. We are going to need to smoke up though, because they're already getting decent hits on us, which is not great. Everybody, please open up with your guns. See if we can't burn this thing down. I don't think we're going to be able to do anything against their superstructure. I'm glad this starts us so close. Because if it had started us any further away, we probably would have gotten slaughtered. Oh, that's a big hit. Not great, but we're still doing okay. I'm going to turn just a tiny bit so that the game thinks that we're doing a huge maneuver, when in reality we're just not. Yeah, it's causing most of these shells to miss now. We're blocking most of our shells, even though we're firing HE. Partial pens, that's to be expected. So far so good. We took a couple big hits in the beginning, but it's seeming to not be as big of a deal. I thought if any of these destroyers took a single hit, it would just be game over, but right now, it seems to be okay. Can't increase speed at all. I don't think fires is something we can do. I know standard bulkheads is definitely not great, but oh, that's gonna be a hit. Okay, so you took a really big hit, so you immediately are going to detach. Not just you. You're going to detach. You are going to continue to be bait, I think, actually. And you guys are going to speed the heck up. You're going to still try to go for this, but I don't want you to necessarily get pulled off the line. We're doing good. We're destroying secondary guns, which is really nice. Helps us out a lot. Okay, everybody smoke up now. Don't want anybody getting hit. Still, that looks like a hit. Yeah, okay, now you can go home. Oh shoot. 0 knots! 0 knots! Woo! Barely. Potentially survives. Dang it, we lost the ship. Alright, you're getting flooded. I assume it's going to be a big amount of flooding. You start going this way. You guys keep going that way. If you want to, you can fire torpedoes. I only said that because then it'll make you turn, and you will end up being even slower. Your flooding is getting contained, which is nice. I wish you would fire torpedoes. Doesn't seem like you're very keen to. Alright, now you can go home. Well, not doing horrible, actually. That's getting you to turn away, actually. Oh, the torpedoes, perfect. Okay, keep going, keep going. Okay, definitely. Oh, 0 knots. Ooh. Retreats. Oh, it sunk. Okay. Fired torpedoes. How we doing? We could potentially try and sink this thing with fire, which is a weird thing to say. We ran out of smoke, which is a really awkward time to do that. We got a torpedo hit, and oh, maybe. Doesn't seem like they have the best system. Seems like we both fired torpedoes, so now we're gonna turn around. We're gonna turn around, please. No way! We did it with casualties? I didn't even look at that. Yeah, 45% won losses. That was a good victory. I didn't really get to look at the ship that closely. I was too busy sinking it. They did... Well, yeah, they did a lot of damage. We didn't do that much damage, but we did enough small damage that it ended up in their death. Very nice. I believe we did lose the one ship that had cadet crew. Nope, the ship with cadet crew is still alive. Okay. Another nice and easy little endeavor. Took out the Brennus, lost 2 destroyers, but again, very worthwhile sacrifice. And here we go. This is a big, big battle. Thanks everyone so much for watching the video. Oh yeah, go check out my Patreon. I got a cool little exclusive campaign that's going to go on there, and longer versions of this video and other videos are going up on that too, so if you want videos like this but longer, check it out. Really cheap. Also, there's a 7-day free trial, so if you don't like it, then I guess you can just unsubscribe to Patreon. I don't know what it is. I think it's becoming a member. What you can do that supports me that's free though is join my Discord. I have a Discord server. Go join it. Alright, that's it. Goodbye now.